10 foods to avoid for optimal health and for weight loss. So when you avoid these food groups, right, you are doing yourself a favor. You are not treating yourself or your body like crap. So therefore, you have no choice but to have healthier options. So I believe these are, from worst to like okay. I rank them myself, and let's see how we agree upon this. And you guys will definitely learn some information regarding this list. Okay, so all of these items I'm going to be listing are or is a culprit for many people that are either overweight and or obese. Okay, so if you're trying to lose weight but can't, and if you're having this on a day-to-day basis, then you know what is causing you to gain weight, and that is stalling your weight loss process, right? Number one is sugary drinks. Okay, I cannot stress this enough. Sugary drinks like sodas, fruit juices, and things of that nature are loaded with sugar. Sugar is bad for the human body, especially the bad sugars. And as a consequence, people gain a whole lot of weight from this. First off, sodas are small, they're deceiving. So when you consume like 3 cans, back to back to back, you're consuming a whole lot of calories in one sitting. And people just don't do this for one time a day. People do this throughout the day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. On top of that, you have your meals. And on top of that, you have your snacks. So if you really put things into perspective, sodas or sugary drinks are not the way to go. They don't nourish the body. They have no benefit for the body, right? So I would highly recommend to remove that from your life and start drinking water. Water is healthier. Water contains 0 calories. It helps nourish the body. It cleanses the body, detoxes the body, and overall, it's just better for the human body, right? But you could also drink like vegetable juices, real fruit juices, instead of those fruit juices that you get from the grocery store that is loaded with sugar. You don't want to be getting that. You want to go for the organic fruit juices, organic vegetable juices as well. Okay, so sugar drinks can increase your chances of getting diabetes. It will hinder your metabolism and your insulin. So definitely, definitely avoid sugary drinks. And they're just so easy to get to, and they're, like I said, so deceiving. You could drink so many at one sitting without even feeling full, or without being aware that you're consuming a whole lot of sugar and calories at the same time. Right. Number 2 is processed meats. Processed meats like bacon, sausage, and deli meats are high in sodium, nitrates, and other additives that can increase your risk of heart disease, cancer, and other health issues. These meats are also high in saturated fat, which can contribute to high cholesterol levels. Okay, so with that being said, processed meats from the grocery store aren't that ideal to go for. They're not that beneficial for us. However, they are better than consuming like other things out there like chips and deep fried foods and things of that nature. So if you can, try to get real organic meat that is not being treated with all these chemicals and additives and whatnot, even though they have a longer shelf life, and that's why they are designed that way. But at the same time, when it comes to your health and your weight and stuff like that, you need to pay attention to the additives, the preservatives, everything to that nature. And processed meats is pretty bad. So bacon, salami, sausages, stuff like that. But if you can, like I said, strive for the organic, uh, meats, even though they don't have a long shelf life, but it's healthier for you. Number 3 is fried foods. Fried foods such as French fries, chicken nuggets, onion rings are high in calories. Okay, onion rings, very good, very juicy, very tasty. Right. However, they're high in calories, high in sodium, and they're also deceiving as well. You could eat a whole like box of them and not really feel full, but as a consequence, you consume a whole lot of calories in one sitting. And overall, they don't have good chemicals and whatnot, so you're harming yourself at the end of the day when you consume these junk foods. Okay, so definitely try to refrain from consuming those fries and onion rings, chicken nuggets, and go for something healthier, such as that whole burger with no fries, chicken with no fries, something like that. You know what I mean? Number 4 is ice creams and desserts. It's okay to indulge in sweets here and there, but you don't want to be consuming sweets throughout the day, every single day. right? Because you're just harming your body. You want to treat yourself. You don't want to reward yourself with desserts when you have done something good for yourself. So if you went to work out for the week, if you've been staying on track or whatever the case might be, you should reward yourself with some ice cream or a can of soda or something like that, right? So you don't go insane. But if you're consuming this on a daily basis, you are harming yourself. You're consuming unnecessary amounts of calories and sugars and stuff like that. It's not good. It's also deceiving as well. You can eat a whole lot of desserts and ice cream and stuff like that without being full or getting full or feeling full. And you won't, or you aren't aware of how many calories you've been consuming. Okay. Number 5 is white bread and pasta. Okay, so obviously this is a carbohydrate food group, but depending on the types of bread and the pasta or the carbs itself, right, they could cause you to gain weight, because if you're constantly eating carbs, you're going to hinder your metabolism, you're going to spike your blood sugar levels and things of that nature. There's a lot of information when it comes to this, but essentially, if you're consuming a whole lot of carbs, such as white bread and pastas and stuff like that, you're going to hinder a lot of things, and as a consequence, your body will hold food will accumulate the food into fat gain. So definitely make sure that you are moderating your carb intake, you're controlling your carb intake, and you have a decent, well-sized portions of everything. You want to have a decent sized portions of protein, fats, and carbs within your meals. Okay, so you don't want to consume nothing but carbs, a whole lot of carbs in one sitting. You want to make sure that you get every food group, the protein, fats, and carbs, and make sure everything is well balanced, so you're not over consuming or under consuming. Right. Number 1 is fast foods. Obviously, I mentioned this a little bit before. Fast foods, they serve processed foods, processed junk nutrients that does not nourish the human body. It causes issues for the human body. It causes diabetes, insulin issues, metabolic issues, or metabolism issues, and so on and so forth. High cholesterol levels are being caused by consuming fast foods in an excessive manner and stuff like that. So if you're noticed that you're gaining weight from eating out, obviously that is the answer. Eating out is causing you to gain weight. Fast food is not healthy by any means unless you go for something healthy, such as a salad or something like that. But even that could be high in calories because of the dressing and whatnot. So be aware of everything. You have to be self-conscious, and you just want to refrain from consuming those really bad junk foods, such as the fries, the onion rings, the desserts, the sodas, and stuff like that. But the burgers, the chicken sandwiches, they're okay, right? They're okay. They're healthier than the fucking fries and deep fried food, but still try to limit your fast food intake as much as possible. And I highly recommend everyone to make homemade meals, because you can determine what goes into your food, you determine the nutrition aspect, and so on and so forth. It's much healthier to make homemade meals, right? Another one is chips and snacks. Okay, so chips and snack food like crackers, pretzels, Doritos, hot Cheetos are high in calories. They have a lot of unhealthy fats and contains a whole lot of sodium, aka salt. So when you consume this, especially in an excessive manner, you're consuming a whole lot of calories, fats, and sodium all in one go. And it's deceiving. Chips and snacks are deceiving, just like soda. You can eat a whole bag of chips without feeling full. You can eat a whole bag of chips without, being aware of how many calories it is or that it contains. You know what I mean? So on top of that, drinking soda. On top of that, your meals. On top of that, your desserts. On top of that, everything else. That's a whole lot of calories throughout the day already. So that is that. Another one is canned soup. Believe it or not, canned soups can be unhealthy for the human body, especially if you're already consuming like bad foods on top of it. But canned soups don't really make you fat per se, but they are unhealthy for the body, okay? They are high in sodium. They can contribute to high blood pressure, and they have a lot of additives and preservatives that obviously can harm us, or that does harm us, right? So that is that. Another one is margarine and vegetable shortenings. They are high in trans fat, which have been linked to increased risk of heart disease and other health issues, okay? And these fats are often used in processed foods and baked goods, so it's important to read labels carefully and avoid foods that contain them, okay? So you want to try to avoid or refrain from consuming a lot of trans fats, okay? So read the fucking nutrition labels, simple as fuck, cannot go wrong with that. Last but not least is energy drinks. Believe it or not, energy drinks are loaded with sugar and calories, and a lot of people like to have about 2 cans, maybe 3 cans a day. On top of that, they drink soda. On top of that, they have unhealthy meals. On top of that, they snack, they indulge in an excessive manner, and so on and so forth. So if you're consuming a lot of these energy drinks on top of eating unhealthily in the first place, then that is a recipe for weight gain and health issues. So that is that. um and yeah, people, so you just want to be careful, you want to be aware, and you want to be self-conscious about everything when it comes to eating out, eating foods, and selecting the right foods. So make sure you watch your portion sizes. You want to moderate your carbs as much as possible. Make sure it's not over the top nor under the recommendation. You want to strive for water. If you want something sweet, you could go for like almond milk, something organic in that nature, organic fruit juices. You definitely want to avoid sugary drinks, like I said earlier, sodas, um, those non-organic fruit juices. Those are really bad for us. They are loaded with sugar, loaded with calories, and overall, it will impact your whole body. The metabolism, the insulin, everything like that. So if you just treat your body right with these healthy foods, the healthier foods will definitely promote longevity. They'll promote well-being. It'll bring you up. It'll uplift you. You will feel more energized, more enthused. You'll feel more powerful and stronger when you are nourishing the body with proper food and proper nutrients. And that's pretty much it, people. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave me a comment down below in the comment section. Go check out my links in the description. I have a blog post regarding this video about this topic. So if you want to read that in more in depth, go check that out. Link is in the description. Subscribe to stay tuned in. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.